I'm heading towards Mount Ijen, where hundreds of workers risk their lives just to earn between $12 to $17 per day. With this, they still have to face many risks, making this one of the hardest jobs in the world. So actually, this tour that I'm taking is to go see the top view. Since on the top, the views are pretty awesome from what I've seen on the pictures and videos. Also, one of the main things there is the lake, the color of the lake. It's like this really blue turquoise color, which is pretty awesome. And then also, the main thing here that attracts a lot of tourists, it's the blue fire. So this happens because of the sulfur and then the amount of oxygen that's on the air. When these two get combined and touching the lava, it creates this phenomenon called the blue fire, which can only be seen in two parts of the world. One here in this volcano, and then the other one also in Iceland. Since we're getting closer to the crater of the volcano, we had to wear this mask right here to protect ourselves from the gases, because it's already starting to get the smell already from the sulfur, which can be very toxic. So that's why we had to wear this mask. So we actually got really lucky because we were able to see the blue flames, which is, not everyone gets to see it. So it's pretty cool that we actually got to see it. Now that we have some sunrise, we can actually appreciate the lake behind us. It's a pretty nice color, the turquoise blues. They were actually telling us that we got very lucky today because one, we saw the blue fire, and also because we were able to see the turquoise color, which doesn't happen very often, only like a few days per month. So far it's been pretty good. But regarding the lake is really toxic, just like your last relationship. No. In all seriousness, this lake is so toxic that the acid goes all the way down to the same level as a battery. So you can imagine what this can do to your body organs in case if something goes into your mouth, your eyes, your hands. I mean, it can be pretty deadly over time. Actually, the life expectancy for the people that work in the sulfur mine, it's around the 50 years old. Like nothing goes past around that age. Actually got pretty lucky that we were wearing this mask right here. But for them, they're not so lucky just because a lot of the masks come from a different part here of Indonesia and they tend to be really pricey. So what they do instead is they put a piece of cloth around their mouth and that's gonna be their mask because they would rather spend the money feeding their families than trying to spend all the money for this. So some of the workers here can carry up to between 70 to 90 kilos. That's a lot. Usually 90 kilos is for the younger ones, but normally it's 70. And that involves sometimes even doing 2 rounds. That means going all the way down to the crater, going back up all the way down to where we started, and doing that again. So you might ask yourself, if there are so many risks involved in this job, why are they still doing it? Well, one of the main reasons why they still do it is because this is one of the better paying jobs in this region of East Java. I mean, they do have the option where they can be construction worker, but the disadvantage of that is that they will have to wait for about a week for them to get a payment. and it's gonna be less than what they usually get here. Also, they have the option to be farmers, but once again, the pay is gonna be low and they're gonna have to wait probably about 2 weeks to get payment. So this, it's easy for them to get money. So thanks to tourism, a lot of these miners have actually stopped working in the mine and they have dedicated themselves to tourism just by itself. Some of them, they just make like little figures out of the sulfur, which they sell to the tourists. Also, other ones have just completely stopped anything that has to do with this and they have just moved on into being a guide. For example, the guide that we have today, he was actually a miner for about 20 years, but then he decided to stop just because he wanted a better life and also because he didn't want his kid to do the same thing that he was doing. And just like him, there are many other examples of other ones who have done the same thing too, where they have just completely stopped. So that's why this is one of the hardest jobs in the world. Actually, one of the things that I forgot to mention is that they actually have also this like taxi service in case if you need some help going up or going down. But of course, that's gonna cost you. And in my opinion, this is actually a pretty easy hike to go up and especially going down. But you know, everyone's different. Please let me know what you think of this. I'll be reading your comments down below. I'll be seeing you in the next video. Thank you for watching.